And we are live. Welcome to the process. It is Tuesday, April 4th. I am Josh Engleman here to break down a 13-game NBA slate. Back-to-back 13 gamers for the process. We did this on Friday. We're doing it again. Should be a little bit easier for the rest of the week. Don't have a ton of process shows left, though, folks. Just a couple more days before we're done here. Allergies are bothering me a little bit. Eyes are itchy today, but we'll be fine. We'll make it through. Got some coffee to drink. That should be a good time as well. Hope you guys had a fun day off of the NBA. I should have had a better baseball day given the Dodgers and given the Guardians were two of my four most exposed teams, but ultimately did not matter. Did not have the right combo. Did have the most top 1% lineups yesterday on DraftKings at 6, but unfortunately I just couldn't get the pieces to fit together. Thought we were going to have something to talk about when I woke up and saw the stat lines. Yeah, Larry, I feel a lot better today, that's for sure. It's been a long week plus, but back at it. Feeling good again. Needed it. Yeah, I guess I don't have anything else to say. We just got to get through this slate. Like, it's awful. I'm not playing it, so I'm just putting that out there now. I'm on the deeper dive today and tomorrow and Thursday. Fantastic for that. But, yeah, look. This is not I'm not playing a 13-gamer on the last week of the regular season. That's insane. I'll probably play baseball tonight, but for now, we're still breaking this bad boy down. So I say we get into it. Coffee. Ready. Has not been sipped yet. I wait for you guys. Cheers, everybody. Rise and grind. You guys know the drill. Let's get it started. We got a lot of games to break down. Bang. Oh, this is going to be good. Oh, yeah. That's what I'm looking for. Let's get into it. Change up the view. And let's get it started. Final Tuesday of the regular season. Oh, Larry, I mean, it was really bad. The amount of people that just kept popping up like, yo, this stuff's not updated. It's like, you didn't even do a single second of research to find out if this exists. Like, how do you not know? How do you show up? It's the people that are like rude about it that really grind my gears. Like, you show up all incredulous, like, yo, why has this not been updated? I pay for this. And it's like, well, because there's no basketball games today, dummy. Toronto Raptors, 14.5-point favorites in Charlotte. 223 total. This one's going to be, as weird as it sounds, Toronto's going to end up looking pretty good. The problem is we're going to have a bunch of these because we've got 14-point favorite Toronto, 11-point favorite Miami, 13-point favorite Bucks, 10 for the Nuggets, 18 for the Grizzlies, 18 for the Suns. S&P, I don't know. Probably not. Maybe the first day, or maybe like the first 2 days of the playoffs, those bigger slates, but unless we get 3 or more, I doubt it. I'm not going to do it for like a 2-gamer, obviously. All right, so Q-Tag Gary Trent, Q-Tag OG Anunoby. So we're projecting everybody in. I've got everybody in already, which is kind of interesting given the fact that Gary Trent has been out for 5 games, but, you know. I guess I'm going to leave this as it is. Maybe I want to bump Trent a little bit. They went back to Koloko. Doughton plays. I guess I don't have anything to change here. 36 for Van Vliet. 36 for Anunoby. 37 for Siakam. Maybe one less minute for Barnes, but 35 seems right. Yeah, I don't have any other changes here to make for Toronto. We'll see what they look like. As we look at Charlotte, that's going to be significantly different, I reckon. What do we got going on here? DSJ questionable. Mark Williams probable. Obviously no LaMelo, Rozier, Oubre, Martin, Hayward, Washington. So they are missing their 6 best guys. Alrighty. Well, I guess we're going to go 30 minutes to DSJ. We're going to get big starter minutes out of Svi. He's been playing about 32. Got to take Oubre out of there. Got to take Washington out of there. We get Mark Williams in for 28, Nick Richards in for 20. Seems sort of like the only way that we can do this. I mean, Mark Williams played 35 last time out. Maybe I need to go 30 and 18. Get Teo Maledon backing up DSJ. Those guys didn't really play alongside of each other all that much in the opportunities that they had, including splitting 48 minutes last Sunday. Might not have a choice here. I mean, this Hornets team is pretty thin. I gotta add Xavier Sneed and Kobe Simmons, I guess. So let's do that. I don't know if they're in my model. Kobe Simmons is Xavier Sneed. I don't know. Xavier Sneed is. Okay, cool. We got both guys in. Well, that's at least a little bit better. JT Thor, I'm guessing, is playing like 30 minutes. They just don't have a lot of bodies here. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. They got 11, I guess, so it's a little bit better than it seems. Book Night is now a part of this team, playing 20-something minutes a night. And I need that many more dudes. I guess McGowan's is probably good for like 26. But I still have 30 minutes left over. I don't want to give Maledon too many more minutes. I don't think he and DSJ are going to play alongside each other all that much. But that still leaves me 26 minutes, I guess, for Sneed and... Is Kai Jones going to play too? Did they do that? Kai Jones, Nick Richards, Mark Williams. Okay, so they played Kai Jones a lot. 18 minutes alongside. Yeah, every one of the minutes that Kai Jones played was alongside either Mark Williams or Nick Richards. So we're going to go ahead and give Kai Jones another 18. And then I can just hide 8 minutes on Sneed. Oh, this is brutal, guys. I mean, usage rate. Are we even going to have the ability to run a query for Charlotte? Just given the amount of guys that are off. No Hayward, no Oubre, no Rozier, no Washington, no LaMelo. That's 5 guys. If I take all 5 of those guys off, do I even have a sample? Wow, that's more minutes than I was expecting. JT Thor has played the most minutes with all of those guys off at 178. Oddly enough, Book Night's got 143 minutes, and that dude hasn't been around all year. DSJ gets a really big bump. I actually think that I can't even adjust for these guys. I guess I could leave. If I want to say that at most one of those guys is on the floor, that should open me up to a slightly bigger sample. DSJ goes to 21% usage. That's where I'm at. Book Night, probably pretty comparable to that. Mark Williams. Yeah, I'm not even going to make any change. I'm going to let it auto recalculate and just see where we're at. I think this game might be more interesting than I was originally anticipating. So as we look at Charlotte, yeah, like $5,900 Mark Williams looks really good. If he's capable of playing 35 minutes, he's an amazing play. So I'm very happy getting the Mark Williams. I don't think that you can get to anything else from Charlotte, whether that's Svi or DSJ or Book Night at 4,700. It's Mark Williams and it's nobody else for me. Now, the Toronto side, they all look good. No one looks great. $8,700 Siakam, $8,200 Van Vliet, $7,300 Scotty Barnes. You're probably wanting to get one of these Charlotte guys or one of these Toronto guys in most of the things you do. Interesting game. That not fun at all to try to project Charlotte. That's a terrible start. Let's go to the next one. Oh, cool. Basically the exact same game. The Miami Heat, 11-point favorites in Detroit, 218 total. This should be just a real treat. Wait a second. Something's being weird here. Give me 1 second. Did I? No, that works too. Do I just not have Miami in here? Apparently not. Just blank. Okie doke. Good to know. Perfect. So we go to Miami. And I know they changed their starting lineup up last game. We got no Kevin Love in the starting lineup. No Bam either from Saturday. He's questionable today, as is Kyle Lowry, which means that we're going back to our normal starting lineup. Kevin Love came off the bench, played 19 minutes. Now, I don't know if that's just because they didn't want to go Kevin Love. Like, is that just because you don't want to play Kevin Love not alongside Bam? Because that makes sense to me. Because they went Kevin Love straight back up to Cody Zeller. I figure that they flip everything back to where it was when we get Bam in. And then, man, are they totally axing Victor Oladipo? I think they are. We got 27 minutes out of Kyle Lowry. So at the very least, I'm taking those Oladipo minutes away. I'm going to cut down Gabe Vincent as well. Basically giving those guys 26 and 24. Like, they're not playing a ton alongside each other, but a little bit. A couple minutes. Strus in for 26, 34 for Hero. I've got 36 for Bam. That's probably a little high. We'll go 35. I don't have any other tweaks that I want to make here. I think we're good here for Miami. Probably not going to see anybody looking all that great. You're going to need Bam out for it to matter. And then we go to the Pistons because obviously the Pistons play every single day. They're just permanently out here. All right, no Bagley, which I guess probably means we're getting a decent chunk of playing time out of Omer Uri. I guess. Give him 28 minutes. That leaves me 24 left over. Probably going to need more minutes out of RJ Hampton now. I got 24-24 for Wiseman and Duren. That is pretty spot on at this point. Oh, man, this is just brutal. I'm so tired of projecting this team. 32 for Hayes. 33 for Ivy. 30 for Livers. That's all fine. We get Omer Uri. We get the big man split. So, yeah, we're going to have to bump up RJ Hampton. Pick him to 18. Jared Rhoden to 16. And then I'm going to give Buddy Boeheim 10. This could be a good one for Omer Uri. Let's see. No, it's Hayes. $5,800 Killian Hayes. And I don't mind that at all. He only played 28 minutes on Friday, but With him being $1,300 cheaper than Jaden Ivey, I mean, you can see it here in column C. My EPS, so that's just my projection system's rolling total of what they are per minute. Ivy and Hayes are the same guy. Over the past 30 days, they're literally the same guy, 0.95. But Jaden Ivey is $1,300 more expensive. So if you're getting to anybody from the Pistons, get to Killian Hayes. I wouldn't prioritize anybody else. And then for Miami, Bam, Butler, Hero, all three look good. If Bam ends up out, you're going to like Butler and Hero a lot more. It's a great spot, too. This would actually be a spot where I get to a little bit more Miami than I normally do, particularly Butler. 8,800 is not bad. 6,700 for Hero just works. But, you're needing close to 50 fantasy points to feel good about it. Not that he can't carve up the Pistons. All right, Cleveland, Orlando. This is actually a game that should be competitive. 4.5-point favorites here for the Cavs in Orlando. Don't know their health status yet. Everybody but Okoro for Cleveland. So I guess we're officially getting Jared Allen back, which means that I don't really have big tweaks here. Looks like they went 13 minutes to Dean Wade. They're not going to give him more. Chetty, yeah, I actually think this is already fine. 33 for LeVert seems fine. Maybe that should be a little bit lower. Take that down to 31 now that Allen is back. Lamar Stevens still played 24. I think 18 for Chetty, 18 for Lamar Stevens, 11 for Dean Wade makes some sense. 36 for Garland and Mitchell is the only question I have. Oh, S&P, thank you. Evidently, I never clicked refresh on the table. I thought that Jared Allen had come back. It was just tripping me up there. Anyway, Allen back doesn't change anything we're saying. We got 27 minutes out of Dean Wade. And I guess less of Chetty. None of this matters. This isn't the kind of slate where we're taking the seventh guy from the Cavs. Appreciate you tipping me off there. I guess we're going to make a couple tweaks, though, to Mobley, Garland, and Mitchell. Garland's going to 37 minutes. Mitchell's going to 37 minutes. Mobley's going to 38 minutes. I don't know why that table didn't refresh. That's weird. All right, that'll be Cleveland. Orlando, I assume we're not making any major changes for. So, let's see. Guess Gary Harris's minutes have come down a little bit. Let's take him down to 22. We'll maintain 33 for Fultz, even though that's probably a hair high. I'm going to go 32 to Fultz. We've got Cole Anthony for 27. I'm going to make that 28. 33 for Franz. I'm going to go 33 to Paolo. 31 to Wendell Carter Jr. It's coming down to 30. We'll go to Goga at 18. Mo Wagner's just playing now. Kevon Harris is not. So let's get Mo Wagner in for 14. Schofield. Okiki playing again? Okay, good to know. Let's do something like that. So changes from a rate perspective. And we're not going to like Orlando. I mean, we're never going to like Orlando here against Cleveland. Yeah, as I expected. You can play a starter, but there are no priorities coming from the Magic. Fultz, probably the guy I like the most at 6,600, and that's faint praise. For Cleveland, yeah, we're going straight back to $7,500 Garland. Continues to be wildly underpriced. I don't even mind Mitchell at 9,100. Mobley's overpriced with Allen back. Still interesting, but not a major priority. But Garland, to me, is a major priority. Even though he hasn't been playing great, 0.93 over the last 30 days. Has he been bad from like a EPM perspective? Oh, yeah. Wow. Look at that trend line on Darius Garland here. Beginning of February, basically, he was on one. And then he fell off from most of February. Did not have a very great... I mean, like, he had a good March. But, man, end of January, beginning of February, dude was peaking. Hasn't been the best March and April. Tolerable. Just completely reasonable. All right, let's get to the next one. Another blowout. Milwaukee at Washington. And we got to remember, and we saw it happen with the Wolves losing to Portland. Spurs are 18-point dogs. Portland, 18-point dogs. 10 points for Houston. 13 for Washington. Detroit, Charlotte. One of those teams is going to win. Probably two of those teams are going to win. Get ready for it. Get ready for it. All right, Milwaukee. No Grayson Allen, no Chris Middleton. Javon Carter is available. So let's get Allen out of there. Let's get Middleton out of there. Let's see. Assuming we get Drew, Carter, Connaughton, Giannis, and Brook Lopez. That would be my guess, at least. So we're going to go 33 to Drew. We're going to go 27 to Javon Carter. We go 27 to Connaughton as well. We've got Brook in for 31. 22 for Bobby Portis can probably go up. Let's see. Last time we got Middleton out, he played 23. He played 23. Let's bump him up 2. We'll take him up to 24. 33 stands for Giannis. We've got Joe Ingles in, 21. We get Jay Crowder in for 16. I get maybe 18. Connaughton's good. The only other guy would be probably Wes Matthews, but I got 26 minutes, so that's too many. Doesn't appear like Beauchamp is going to be that guy any longer. Let's get Wes Matthews in for 16. I guess I'll give Thanasis 10. That seems to be a thing. I mean, we're not going to really like anything here for Milwaukee. We do need to grab rates with no Middleton, because that does matter for Drew, especially in this matchup. So if we say Middleton off, and then in games where Drew, Brook, and Giannis all started, that should be a good enough sample. Come on. Come on, table. Data's getting too big for the year. Yeah, that's a massive sample. All right, Bobby Portis. 793 minutes, 20.5% usage rate. Brook Lopez, 18.5. Giannis, 37.5. Javon Carter, 15.5. And then Drew is at 25. That works for me. We need assist rates. Drew is at 10 and change. Ooh, okay. Not even going to move that one. Giannis up in the 8s. So I guess I don't have to move anybody else's. Rebounding rate shouldn't really matter. Yeah, I don't have any changes to make here. Drew doesn't do it either. So that'll be Milwaukee. We'll go to the Wizards. Ugh, I don't even want to talk about this team. Are they missing everybody? No Morris, no Beal, no Kuzma, no Todd, no Porzingis. All right. So we're going to get DeLon Wright, Johnny Davis, Kispert, Denny, and Gafford. Man, this team stinks. Really, really not good. All right, so we're going to get the same rotation that we got this past Sunday, or at least something approximating that. DeLon Wright, I think, goes in for 31. We get Johnny Davis at the 2 being bad. We'll give him 29. Kispert's in for 36. I think that's just happening. Yeah, Larry, it's an homage shirt. Here, I'll make this easier. Yeah, there you go. So it's branded as an old Lakers shirt, but it's not an actual old Lakers shirt. All right, Denny at the 4, playing 33 minutes a night, and then we get Gafford for 29, something like that. All right, we get Gafford for 28, Taj for 17, so 3.5 went to Anthony Gill blowout run. Got it. All right, so we'll do 17 here for Taj. We're going to say, who backed up DeLon Wright? What's a Quentin Jackson? I definitely don't have him in my model. That much I'm quite confident in. Let's go ahead and add him just in case, but I'd be shocked. Quentin Jackson. No, he is not in the model right now. So we're going to hide his minutes on somebody else for sure. We got to give Jordan Goodwin like 19 minutes, 20 minutes, something like that. Let's see. Who else? I guess Kendrick Nunn continues to play like 14 minutes a night. Get that out there. Now we're out of bodies. So Quentin Jackson really is playing for this team. Not in this particular case, but no. Then who the hell are we missing? It's Quentin Jackson, and then I'm still missing a ton of minutes. I guess I could bump Goodwin up to 22, but that's not really the answer. Who am I missing here? It's not all those starters. I don't know. There's just so many more minutes to go around. Let's give 15 to Anthony Gill. And then I'm going to hide 14 on Isaiah Todd in Jackson's place. We're obviously not getting Jackson either. Oh, yeah. Speaking of, I lost a full game to that Cavs-Sixers bet. Where do I stand? Sixers have... Let's see. They've got 78 games played. Okay, so I'm 3 losses clear. I just need Philly to win a game, and I'm at least going to tie. Oh, S&P. I've been calling them Rampage this entire time. In my mind, at least. Usage rate is a real problem. I got to sneeze, too. Whew. Yow. That was a powerful, powerful sneeze. Let's grab some Wizards rates. We're going to take Beal off, Porzingis off, Kuzma off, Rui off. That's not going to be the biggest sample in the world, but we'll take it. Gets me a pretty sizable chunk of Corey Kispert. So Kispert up to probably like an 18% usage rate. Afford goes to 16. DeLon Wright goes up to 20. Can't go that high on DeLon Wright. We'll go 18 and a half. Denny gets up into the 20s. That makes sense. Johnny Davis gets to 20. That makes sense. And then Goodwin gets to 21. Everybody else can just sort of have whatever. So that's going to be Washington. All right, $5,500 DeLon Wright. Guy's so bad, S&P. $5,500 DeLon Wright is legitimately a good play today. If he's starting, I mean, we're talking about a guy that's normally just shy of a fantasy point per minute. And with everybody gone, he gets a rate bump. So I like DeLon Wright a lot here today. I don't mind Jordan Goodwin as a value option or Gafford as a value center. Kispert and Denny probably just too expensive at this point. But DeLon Wright is an actual priority today to me. And then on the Milwaukee end, feel free to pay up for 11 for Giannis. He should have he should meet very little resistance by the Wizards. S&P, where does he rank on dunks and threes? How bad is it, like, for real? Oh, yeah, he's near the bottom. -6 on the season. That is rough. Not too many guys below him. And one of them is Thanasis, and he's only in the NBA for one reason. All right, here we go. Another competitive game. Minnesota, 1-point dogs in Brooklyn, 227 total. What do we know for Minnesota today? Q-tag on Towns, Noel, and Rivers. So we're probably not making major changes here. We got 34 in for Gobert. We get 33 in for Towns. We got 30 for Slow-Mo. I guess I got to bump that up. Especially now that Naz Reid is out. Taurean Prince plays about 18. I got 30 for McDaniels. Those minutes have been up pretty dramatically as of late. 31 for Conley. McLaughlin gonna have to have his minutes come down. So let's get McDaniels up to 32. I'm gonna get Kyle Anderson, because McDaniels really is averaging much bigger minutes as of late. So 32 is gonna have to work. I don't want to go to 37 on Edwards, but I kind of have to. I think that lets me go for everybody else. Oh, no, we can greatly reduce Nickeil Alexander-Walker if need be. I can't go higher on Mike Conley. I just don't ever trust him to play more than 31 minutes. So let's get another minute to Prince. I think that's going to actually have to be it. Rates don't change. So we'll look at Brooklyn now. My guess is no one looks good in this matchup, but shame. For Brooklyn, everybody's available that normally is available. We got 36 for Dinwiddie. We're going to make that 35. 36 for Bridges can hold. 30 for Cam Johnson looks fine. 32 for Claxton becomes 31. Royce just stays at 26. DFS stays at 26. We don't have any other changes. $85 people in here. That's more than I was expecting. All right, as we look at Brooklyn, I think you can try to grab one of their main three guys. One of Bridges, Dinwiddie, Claxton. I don't mind those prices. They're all fantasy point per minute guys or more, just given their current roles. Claxton, obviously the most difficult to get to because of being a center. But I like the idea of going to Bridges or Dinwiddie. And then on the Minnesota end, look, $8,100 Ant. Given the minutes, given the positionality, shooting guard, small forward, 1.1 fantasy points per minute, and he's playing that way too, I like getting to Ant. So we are 5 games in Just out of curiosity. Yeah, Mark Williams, DeLon Wright, Garland, and Edwards are your top guys. Mark Williams is number one for me, assuming he's going to play 30 minutes. Ooh, another game that should be competitive. Atlanta Hawks, 3.5-point dogs in Chicago, 234 total. What do we know for Atlanta? Still no DeAndre Hunter. Q tag on Trae Young. So we're not really making any changes here. We ended up getting 38 minutes out of Sadiq Bey. Maybe we got to bump him up another minute. They went Bey over Bogdanovich, it seems. A lot less AJ Griffin. Uh, 27-21 for Capella and Okongwu. They play alongside each other, or was that OT? It was OT. Oh, yeah, I forgot that game went to OT. Kyrie fouled Trae. 29 for Collins. All right, so Bey actually played 33. Yeah, I'm okay with this. I think this rotation looks about right. Atlanta should look decent here against Chicago, too. Now we go to Chicago. Caruso's probable. Javonte Green is probable. So no real changes here to make for the Bulls that I can imagine. We got 28 for Bev. His minutes are actually down as of late. Has only played 28 once in his last 6. So we'll take him down to 26. Doesn't appear that they're going to Dosunmu. Caruso in for 23. It's Kobe White that's been playing a little bit more. That's interesting. Zach LaVine in for 36. DeMar in for 36. Vooch in for 33. I'm keeping all of that. Patrick Williams in for 26. No real changes here for Chicago. And no real surprises either. If you're going to the Bulls, you're playing one of their big 3. Vooch, the hardest to get to because he's center only. DeRozan and LaVine both have MPEs. And it's a good spot. So, if you want to go anywhere here, DeRozan and LaVine. And that makes sense. Atlanta, 240 total competitive matchup. Atlanta's defense not very good. And then for Atlanta, same as usual for me. Add DeJounte Murray to the same sort of list as Darius Garland. $8,600 Trae looks good. And then $4,800 Sadiq Bey, I think, is worth at least a little bit of a look. Especially if he's going to be able to play, 33 minutes in regulation. Yeah, you see Garland here at 7,500, DeJounte here at 7,600, not separated by all that much. It's that 7-8K range that's just loaded. Totally loaded. All right, 6 games down. So we're at the halfway point now. 7-10, we're making good progress. Denver Nuggets, 10-point favorites in Houston, 232 total. Decent chance Denver looks okay here. Q tag on Jokic. Obviously, he's missed the last 3. Zeke Naji questionable as well. Murray in. I'm going with the standard rotation here. I don't have any changes to make. I'm just going to assume that Jokic is in and that all the rates are correct. Similarly, for Houston, everybody that's normally in is in. Let's save this file just before I crash it and cost myself my sanity for the day. So we've got 35 for KPJ. We've got 35 for Jalen Green, 34 for Jabari. I'm going to take Şengün up to 32. Aruba's fine. Martin's in at 32. 26 for Tari Eason. We're good for Houston. This is the easiest game to project so far. And if it stays even mildly competitive, this could be good. Because Houston will make Denver look better. And Houston's just playing big minutes. Yeah, okay. Şengün, Porter, Green, 3 guys you want to get to. I don't want to say like a lot because that would oversell it, but they're all really good plays. Like really good plays. And then for Denver, Look, $7,800 Murray isn't going to look as good as like DeJounte or Garland, but I still think he looks good. 11-6 for Jokic is tough just because Giannis is on this slate. And I think Giannis just kind of naturally looks better today as a pay-up option. Yeah, because I've got Giannis, $200 cheaper, better position, better projection. So Jokic is a tough sell today. Yeah, S&P, I agree with you that I don't expect him to play, but today's not that day. Man, I am crushing my coffee, and that's bumming me out. Şengün for 6,900, looking better than I actually thought. But add that to the list. He's already behind Mark Williams. I mean, there's just so many centers. So many centers. Let's go to Let's go to Portland. Let's get this out of the way. 18-point dogs in Memphis, 233 total. Oh my god. Oh my god. So Nas Little, Damian Lillard, Simons, Keon Johnson, Jeremy Grant, Justice Winslow, Nurkic, and Ibu Baji are all out. Q tag on Thibault, Watford, Knox, Butler, and Reddish. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They only have 6 guys if their Q tag guys sit. I mean, this is a farce. This is an absolute farce. All right. So what's Jonathan Williams? That's not a real name. Come on. Jonathan? Look, I'm not trying to be that guy, but that's not a name. That's not a name. Jonathan. What are we doing? That's somebody not knowing how to speak and it getting written down phonetically. That's exactly what happened there. Someone has no idea how to pronounce letters correctly. Tried to say Jonathan. They live in a part of the world that has a pretty thick accent, and it became Jonathan. Unquestioned. No one picks that on purpose. That's not a real word. You're not finding that in a name book. I mean, clearly that dude's not in my model and needs to be. But holy shit, Portland. I mean, this is preposterous. I mean, I don't even really know how to do this. They've got 5 guys that are actually questionable today. All right, so Eubanks, I guess we're not making any changes. Like, Drew Eubanks is just in for 28 minutes. And then I guess John Butler, we're going to assume, is the backup. And then we have to assume that, like, Watford can also play. Even though Watford is questionable with who the hell knows? Does it even matter? Let's say Watford plays 22. Holy shit. So I guess Skylar Mays is going to just play 30 minutes. That's fun. 35 to Shaden Sharp. I mean, Thibault's questionable. I'm guessing we pretend like he's playing. He gets, 27. I guess we get Shaq Harrison some minutes. I know they cut Archie. Let's just get that name out of there. Jabari Walker is probably going to play like a decent chunk of time. We'll give him 20 minutes. Kevin Knox, I guess, playing like 28. That leaves me 14 for Jonathan. That's fucking so stupid. Holy shit. Sorry, Jonathan Williams. No one else is named Jonathan. This is going to be a one of one. I assume Google will tell you that you typed it in wrong. All right. In theory, I should be giving Jonathan 14 minutes. I'm not dealing with that now, so they're going to Keaton Johnson. I mean, this is insane. Cool. And then Skylar Mays ends up looking like an actual problem. Don't play Portland. Play whatever. If somebody starts for the Blazers today, play them. We can't even. I'm not even looking at them. I mean, it's a farce of basketball. For Memphis, who should honestly be sitting people. Q tag on Dillon Brooks. If Dillon Brooks plays today, something is really wrong for the Grizzlies. Because there's never been a guy less needed today than Dillon Brooks. I'm fine with all of these rates. 33 for Morant and Bane. Roddy. Yeah, we're good here. I mean, this is... Oh, Tillman's played 30 in 5 straight. Got to bump that up at least. No, yeah, we're good here. Lance Company, congrats. It's good to see. Yo, $9,900 Ja against this G League at best Portland team. I mean, Ja should smash these dudes. Just straight smush them. And there might be no Dillon Brooks. Get yourself some Ja today. That's the pay-up option. He should carve everybody up. This is... Look... Portland is a crapshoot. If you want to play somebody that starts for Portland, I understand. I can't even talk about them anymore. That is not a real thing. Sacramento, 3-point dogs in New Orleans. So just in case you really want to know how not good Sacramento is, they shouldn't be underdogs to the Pelicans. And yet they are. Malik Monk, questionable. So at least for Sacramento, we're running out the sort of standard issue rotation that we normally have. So I don't have any changes here to make for the Kings. No, we're good there. And then for the Pels, I think it's the same scenario. It's not like Zion's back. No Alvarado, no Zion. So same Pelicans rotation that we normally get. 36 minutes for Ingram, 36 minutes for McConnell, 35 minutes for Trey Murphy, about 30 for Herb. Joval and Nance continue to just split minutes. 28 and 19 works well here for me. I don't have any other changes that need to be made. No, I don't have any other changes that need to be made. I guess Najee Marshall can take 2 less minutes. We'll give them to Daniels, so neither one of them show up. But Ingram and McCollum look good. I mean, a matchup against the Kings is going to make you look a little bit better. 9,300 for BI, who's been playing pretty well, evidently. I don't know how true that is. I mean, yeah, he's been playing a little bit better as of late. Yeah, if you want to play Brandon Ingram or CJ McCollum, both good spots. $6,200 Trey Murphy looks good on paper, but scares the shit out of me. Sacramento, look, $7,700 Fox. That's just not the right price. This dude's at 1.24 fantasy points per minute over the last 30 days. Add Fox to that list with Garland and Murray, and that's where this slate gets really difficult. You've got Darius Garland, 7,500, 7,700 for Fox. Add McCollum at 75. Murray, Levine. Like, how do you set? These guys are just in the sevens. KPJ, Jalen Green, if you want to add those guys in too. I mean, we're loaded at guard today. And whoever you pick, like if you're picking 2 guys in that range, they both need to go for 50. Hard, man. This is hard. We go to Boston now. Sixers. Celtics are 2.5-point dogs in Philadelphia against the Sixers, 232 total. Massive game for me. Need a win here for the Sixers because Cleveland should beat Orlando. I will also take a Cavs loss to the Magic. I wouldn't be mad about that. For Boston, Q-tag on Jaylen Brown, Horford available, no Time Lord. So this is pretty standard. I got to get Horford back in there for 31. Should be able to cut Unicornet and most of Blake. S&P. No, he's not. Liar. Liar. Amazing. Well played, though. All right, 32 minutes for Derek White. We'll bring that down to 31. I got 31 for Marcus Smart. That feels about right. I got 26 for Brogdon. 18 for Hauser. It's too many. Oh, they started playing Muscala again? Okay. S&P, no, he's not. I just Googled him. What are you doing? You're killing me here. Big Grant back down. 36 for Tatum and Brown. We got to cut Blake down to 12. 13, I guess. Yeah, that's fine. I don't care if it's Blake or Muscala. I don't know what you searched for, man. I don't know what you were searching for. Celtics stay the same. Let's go to Philly, who I assume also stays the same. Everybody in for Philly? Everybody's in for Philly, which means we're not making any rotational changes. At least this one's easier. Okay, $9,500 James Harden. Playing 38 minutes, potentially. I'm in for that. I'm going to take a minute away from him just in case. I mean, ESPN doesn't even have a picture for him, for me. I don't even, when I search for him, I don't even get him on ESPN. It's just the Blazers logo and a silhouette. Or a picture of Luka if I click images. Look, I like Harden and Embiid. I don't think anybody's surprised by that. Embiid looks a lot more like Giannis for today. Meanwhile, for Boston, can't imagine anybody looks good. Yeah, no, we're not going to anybody from Boston, but Harden's up there. Yeah, Harden and Ja is a very interesting coin flip. Yeah, if I click Jonathan Williams ESPN, I don't even get a picture. That's funny shit. Look, Harden looks good. And if you want to pay up for Embiid, I think he looks better than Giannis, but it's close. Giannis having the power forward eligibility opens things up. But Embiid looks good. 3 games to go. Lakers 8-point favorites in Utah, 234 total. Standard issue Lakers stuff. LeBron's questionable. I assume everybody's playing. I don't really have rates to change or rotation changes to make. And we know that there's basically 3 guys that you could play here. But Lakers, I'm not making any changes to. It's LeBron, it's AD, it's probably Russell. And then for Utah, this probably does look a little bit different. Q-tag on Markkanen, Q-tag on Sexton. If these guys are coming back, holy shit. Okay. So I'm going to say 20 to THT, 20 to Chris Dunn, 20 to Sexton, 34 to Markkanen. 30 to Kelly Olynyk. Walker Kessler's done for the year, eh? Alrighty. Well, that's a little different. Yeah, I don't know who that is, but that ain't Jonathan Williams. That is not what shows up for me. That's funny. That's really funny. Oh, that's good. All right, so I guess we're getting... Are they going to start Olynyk at the 5? Is that just easier for Utah? Or are they going to start as a Buki? I mean, it's not like Kessler misses a lot of time. Wait, they have somebody else too. I guess Damian Jones is going to play now too again. Juan Toscano-Anderson seems like he's going to be in for like 20 minutes. I guess Akbaji continues to play starter minutes. Give him 28. That leaves me, what, 26 for Fontecchio and nobody? Go to 24 on Chris Dunn. And that'll let me go to 22 on Fontecchio. Nah, that's not happening. Is Juzang gone? Not necessarily. We'll split them, though. None of it matters. We're not going to those guys. We got to get Markkanen back in with rates. This is not a team of guys that are going to be popping up all that much, especially if Colin Sexton comes back, which I also don't understand why that would happen. Let's take Conley off, Clarkson off. Actually, I guess that's it. Should leave Markkanen with a pretty... Oh, yeah, Beasley. Where's Beasley hiding? Beasley off. 97 people in here, folks. Hit that thumbs up if you haven't done it yet. All right, Olynyk is at like 17.5. Chris Dunn is at 20% usage. Markkanen, with all those guys off, is up to 31. That should make the difference. And then THT is at 29. Holy shit, no chance. 28. All right, so for Utah, look, $8,800 Markkanen. If he's playing, that's the direction you want to go. He's got the usage rate. Get yourself some Lauri Markkanen today at 8,800 if you want. And then for the Lakers, AD at 10.9. All right. He's behind Giannis and he's behind Embiid. But Lauri Markkanen is at the top of the heap today. Add him to the list of all those other guys. I mean, look at this range right here. 8 guys, right? So that's 8. That's 62,000. So you don't need to pay down too many times to get like a pretty loaded lineup. You swap out a Ja Morant for a CJ McCollum. Well, not too many haircuts you need to take. There's a lot of value out there in the upper mid tier at least. All right, OKC Golden State. Thunder are 8-point dogs, 242 total. Speaking of, what happened in that game on Sunday? I never even looked to see who won. Sunday, Suns beat the Thunder by 10. SGA smashed. Wow, he's 17 of 17 from the line. 39 real points. Whoosh. All right. OKC. Everybody's available for Oklahoma City. So we got 34 for Shea. I got to make that 35. If he's playing, he's playing. 33 for Dort. Guess I got to make that 34. I think the Thunder are going to look really good here. 24 for Jalen with a Y is fine. 34 for other Jalen. I got 33 for Giddey. All that looks fine. We need to get Aaron Wiggins up to 22. 15 for Joe. Sorry, 25 for Joe. Make that 24. Saric played a little bit. That's interesting. Let's give him a couple minutes. Poku didn't play, so I assume he does play here. Do something like that. Actually, we'll do something like that. I don't think Saric plays if Poku's playing. Doesn't matter. There's only 4 guys you could roster for Golden State, or for the Thunder anyway. For the Warriors, I know Wiggins is supposed to be back. Guess all those rumors may not be true either, so that's interesting. Looney needs another minute, that's for sure. Get him up to 25. We got to take Kuminga down a little bit. Lamb can stay. Peyton can stay. 35 for Curry. 34 for Clay. I'm going to make that 35 for Clay. Nah, it's got to be 34. 28 for Poole. Sure. 32 for Draymond. That I can make 33. That should cover me. All right, so I like Clay for 7K, shooting guard, small forward, and I never like Clay, but I think he looks really good here against OKC. I don't mind Steph at 10-6, but he's probably behind those 9K point guards and behind the other pay-ups. 5K Kuminga is a thing that could exist. I probably need to take a minute away from him. Give that to DiVincenzo. Yeah, that looks a little bit better. I like Clay the most. And then for OKC, look, 10K Shea looks good. No other priorities from OKC. We've got 1 game left to go just to see where those guys fit in. Yeah, Clay's another guy in this 7K range. SGA looks more like AD than anything else. Probably more like Curry. I mean, when push comes to shove, this is also a very flat day. Oh, cool. We're closing it out with San Antonio, 18-point dogs in Phoenix. That's always a good time. Spurs, no Vassell, no Keldon Johnson. It seems like he is doubtful. Q-tag on Zach Collins. Great. I actually think that's what I have in here right now. I got 29 minutes for Trey Jones. We've got 28 for Malachi Branham. Romeo Langford's doubtful, so let's get him out of there. 29 for Collins. 25 for Mamu. Mamu and Collins. I mean, they went to somebody else even after that. I guess they went to Barlow. So we'll bring Mamu down to 23. I guess I got to get Julian Champagnie a bunch more minutes. He played a ton, didn't he? Yeah. Get him up to 24. We'll get Barlow up to 19. Oh, my God. Just screw this team completely. Does any of it look good? No. Okay, good. No priorities from San Antonio. Best of luck to you for whoever you want to choose there. For Phoenix, this isn't a get-right game. I don't know what is. Everybody that's available is available. I'm not making any changes to Phoenix's rotation. I guess I'm going to make one discount to DeAndre Ayton's usage. So far for Phoenix, in games where Paul, Durant, Booker, and Ayton all start, which is only what, like 6 games? 7 games? 6 games. Booker is at 31. AD at 29. Chris Paul is at 17.5. And then DeAndre Ayton is at 16.5. Guess we'll put in Josh Okogie as well, 17.5. Look, I really like Phoenix. $6,200 DeAndre Ayton, I think, is a pretty interesting play here against a very, very undermanned San Antonio team. So I like Ayton quite a bit. I like Booker. I like Durant. I like Okogie. I'm way more interested in Phoenix than I thought I was going to be. And I am not interested in San Antonio at all. But, folks, we have made it through 13 games. This will be the hardest thing we do. The rest of the slates this week don't look this bad. So, let's run our crunches. Woo! Alrighty. FanDuel Optimal. No idea what's going to show up here for FanDuel. I didn't even really look at the prices. So I'm not even going to pretend to guess. 315.87. This is the optimal by 0.02. And then the next one is by 0.04. So very bunched up at the top. Ja Morant, James Harden, Josh Giddey, Skylar Mays, Josh Okogie, Corey Kispert, Zach Collins, Kevin Knox, Mark Williams. Barf. Barf. FanDuel Power Rankings. Part of me wants to play this slate, but it's just not worth the work. It's really not. All right, Mark Williams is going to be the number one guy on FanDuel today. That I don't have a problem with. 5,700. We saw him come back and play 27 minutes on the second. I probably need to discount his minutes, and I'm going to do that. We're gonna go 28-20 when we run DraftKings. But I still think Mark Williams looks really good. And then we go to FanDuel. And then we go to DraftKings. DraftKings Optimals. I mean, this is going to be ultra flat. I think DeLon Wright is going to end up being the number one guy. If you're really looking for a sign of what this slate looks like. All right, Optimals on DraftKings. 283.21. It's the optimal by 0.15. DeLon Wright, Jordan Goodwin, Zach LaVine, Patrick Williams. Do I have him projected correctly? I guess I do. Mark Williams, De'Aaron Fox, Lauri Markkanen, and DeAndre Ayton. Most of that looks okay to me. I mean, Jordan Goodwin probably shouldn't be showing up here in an optimal lineup. Not going to show up very highly in the power rankings, but what do we get here for DK power rankings? Oh my God, this is disgusting. Look, if Josh Okogie's showing up there, I got to make a change. Yeah, I can't let Josh Okogie be the number one guy. And that is going to happen. We're going to take a minute away from Josh Okogie and rerun this right now. Can't let it happen. He cannot be the number one guy. This slate does suck. It's really bad. It's really, really bad. All right, so we got Okogie out of there. I took 1 minute away from him, and he goes from the number one spot out of the top 10. That's how flat everything is. It is going to be DeLon Wright. I don't mind that at all. That'll make sense. Jordan Goodwin makes less sense, but I think that's a testament to value. mean, DiVincenzo's up there, Jordan Goodwin, Sadiq Bey. I don't even want to talk about this. Why is Dante DiVincenzo up there at 40? I mean, you're seeing it happen here. DiVincenzo, Goodwin, even someone like a Koji, Johnny Davis. This 4K range is where all the value exists. Sadiq Bey at 4,800. Those are your pay downs. DeLon Wright, Dante DiVincenzo, Sadiq Bey, Jordan Goodwin, and Klay Thompson. Ayton, McCollum, Okogie, Edwards, Kuminga. Guys, don't play this slate. For real. It's not good. It's not good. It's not good at all. Good riddance to this slate, by the way. This is... I really wish that I didn't have to talk about this later today on the deeper dive. Adam and I are going to be in for one here, but that's going to do it, folks. We're all set here. Another one in the books. Thank you for joining me. To the 115 people that were here, thank you. What do we have for the rest of the week? What do we officially have? I know it was 13 today. We've got 8 games tomorrow. And that's a real slate. That'll be a fun one. We've got 5 on Thursday. That'll be the last, legitimate one I want. We close with 11 on Friday. And then Sunday, I might be doing a solo Sunday deeper dive, so keep your eyes peeled there. Saturday, I'll play that 3-gamer on Saturday, but MMA is everything for me this Saturday. Thursday is the last slate where I'm going to be happy. Although tomorrow's 8-gamer, I guess, is legitimate. All right, that's going to do it, folks. Thank you for joining me. Plenty of content coming out for the rest of the day. Good luck to everybody. This was The Process.